Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ranked, our newest show here on ESChamp, where we're going to be talking to the pros. Joining me is the Doctor. We are also joined by MaSa, our pro player. Thank you for joining us. We just saw some fun games from you on Dreamhack. How'd you feel overall, other than that last series? Did you feel like you played well and just got beat by a better build, or how'd you feel like you did?
I was just playing horribly, but that's fine. I'm gonna qualify next one.
There you go. That's the spirit.
That is the spirit.
There's always more tournaments. But yeah, we've got some fun games lined up here from you. Some replays from Dreamhack Fall that we're going to be taking a look at and just kind of going through various points, why you did certain things, maybe give our viewers some tips as to how to, do things better. I do know our first game, which is starting right now, has a little bit of a cheesy start to it. So...
Okay.
Well, good. Yeah, he's loading it up. I'm ready to start it. As usual, everybody, you are watching ESChamp. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, our newest platform for streaming. Make sure you hit that little bell icon so you can get notified when we go live with more shows like this in the future. And also join the forum. We have a fun little forum where you can stay up to date with whatever is going on here on ESChamp. Definitely our next season of ProBots is going to be awesome. So make sure you join so you can stay updated as to when that's happening. But MaSa is the focus for tonight. So we're going to be taking a look. Let's go ahead and hop into our first game here. As I ask you, MaSa, our first question of the night, why do you play Terran instead of Protoss?
I don't know. I guess I like to torture myself.
Yeah, some of us are like that. Is there just like a unit you like more in the Terran army, or what was there when you were a child you really liked Terran?
Oh, that's all because of Boxer.
All because of
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a good role model.
Yeah, I grew up watching him, so.
That's a good reason to go Terran.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't. Oh man, I wish I could remember. There was a game, a TVT Boxer versus somebody, and it was Wings of Liberty days, and it was just an absolute war of attrition, Marine on Marine nonstop. It was just so much fun. Anyway, we are here. We're going to be talking about Terran versus Protoss tonight. So no TVT here. We've got you are up against Astrea, right? In this one,
Mhm.
yes. So you just played. Wait, who did you just play? No, you didn't just play Astrea, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So what's your plan going into this game? When you go into a tournament like Dreamhack, do you have a few set builds that you are hoping to accomplish, or you just kind of go in and hope to win? What's your plan?
And normally I have some builds prepared, but like against Protoss nowadays, it's really hard to like beat them straight up game. That's why I choose to like funky builds more.
Choose to what?
Do funky builds more.
Okay, so like this cheese we're seeing here, the proxy. So I think this is just the new spot to put proxies, right? Because everybody seems to put it here.
Oh no, it's kind of like how do you call it?
The fake out proxy?
It's kind of fake, but kind of not. So it's like half,
So you can fall back essentially if it fails.
Yeah.
So you're looking to do damage with this proxy, or are you more focusing on faking him out and think he's like? Is there more of a priority, or are you trying to accomplish both?
No, just make him feel more unsafe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's
Hope you get lucky. Yeah, I
You
mean,
get-
it's one Reaper. What are you going to do other than hopefully kill a few pros, scout a little bit? Oh, that was an unlucky grenade.
Yeah.
With the Zealot and blocked you in a little bit. Oh, yeah. So is this the moment then that you just decide bail out? Yep, we see the barracks floating back now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do you do, I guess, when you fail proxy like this? What's your next step?
My next step, just keep on macroing. Like at this point, Protoss hasn't taken any damage pretty much, and what you want to do is you want to prepare for the next thing that you want to do, right? So for me, this time it's the mine drop. I think I go armory. Am I right or not? No, I don't go armory, but this is just fast Widow mine drop and sacrificing my economy. So I'm just hoping that the Widow mines would do damage against that.
Okay.
You say
what are your
sacrifice
thoughts
economy.
here?
Yeah, you say sacrifice your economy. What specifically are you doing to sacrifice your economy? Is it the late expansion?
Yeah, late command center, of course.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Because like a recurring, I watched this replay a little bit before the game. Looks like my webcam's going nuts. But anyways, I watched the replay a little bit before the game, and the recurring thing that I noticed at least is you keep macroing up a lot longer than I would have. There's a couple points where I'm like, oh man, I just haven't done the damage and I've taken so much damage. I just pull all the SCVs and go across the map. At what point, like, what makes you decide, hey, should I like keep macroing, or hey, do I need to go all in here and like pull the boys? Is that something you do ever?
Normally, if you want to pull the boys, you have to be preparing with your army a lot earlier than this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would say. What should I say?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's the whole strategy where you, from the start of the game, you're like, okay, yes, let's go 2-base all in. Let's expand. Let's get 5 racks. Let's pump out a whole bunch of units and then just pull everything and hope to win the game right then and there. But there's also like a moment where they come across the map with, like, let's say zealots or stalkers or something, and then they kill a whole bunch of your economy, right? Like,
Yeah,
Like
that's
all
why.
these stalkers.
Yeah, that's why tank is essential in the beginning against Protoss.
yeah, nice tank placement there, right there, by the way. The tank in the bunker. Like, they're
Yeah,
certainly
except
never getting
on the
name.
right side.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So actually, I think we've got some good questions from some user submitted questions here that we can kind of work into our segment here. First one, what is the best map for you this season? Is this map in particular one of your favorites, or which one's your favorite?
There's not really my favorite. I like Romantist because it looks a lot more prettier than the other ones.
It's a good reason to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the pretty maps, the aesthetic. Like this one, and that's why I like this one. There's a lot of really nice colors, the little purple crystals in the field.
Yeah, for
Ooh.
this game though, I didn't know he was gonna be aggressive, so that's
Yeah,
why
he's
he did
really aggressive.
so much more damage.
Now, when you saw the stalkers, did you think it was going to be Blink, or when you first saw them, or did you not expect this to come up into your main?
No, I knew it was gonna be Blink.
You knew he was
but,
going to do that.
Yeah, I just didn't know that he was gonna be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, Astrea is an aggressive player. Oh, you almost got that prism too. That's so unfortunate. I think that's one of the key points, right? In any versus Protoss game, you want to get that prism.
Yeah.
That's so huge. Oh, yeah, these blink stalkers are annoying. All right, so is there what's your least favorite map then?
Least favorite?
Yeah. Like what maps are bad for Terran right now?
I think Oxide. Wait, is it Oxide? I forgot the name, but it has against Protoss. It's really bad because they can just blink everywhere. Kind of like this map, but it's a bit bigger on that one.
Okay, so this one's a pretty neutral. You don't veto this one on ladder or anything. This is a pretty good map. You like Death Aura?
I wouldn't necessarily call it good, but it's not horrible.
All right, I'll take it. Now you play Terran 2, right, Doc?
Yeah. I do. I consider it to be my main and my strongest race.
So what are you looking for watching these? Are you trying to pick up some micro tips? What are you trying to get?
I'm trying to figure out all the secrets to beat Protoss, but it seems to be a very common struggle matchup at all skill levels.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially like when to move out and like take your third and how to safely do so, because with Blink Stalkers, like it seems like you just never know. Like, hey, like I'm gonna go down, take my third. Oh, there's a bunch of Blink Stalkers. I just lost all my tanks, like because they're unsieged. Or I move down, take my third. Warp Prism flies in, and a whole bunch of units just warp in, and I'm like, oh, now I'm out of position again. So.
Well, I guess then we should ask MaSa, how did you take your third knowing it would be safe? Do you just the tanks are enough, or
Yeah, with the tank and with experience, you kind of feel like
you just kind of know?
Yeah, you can have the feel that he stopped attacking, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of have to wait for that lull for it to calm down before you want to safely take it. So that's you gotta wait till it calms down a little bit, Doc.
Yes. At my rank, you just never know. Like, did they forget a macro cycle, or are they expanding right now? Like, is there going to be a massive warping, or like? But yeah, I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Look for the little. So yeah, you took a fair bit of damage from the early Blink Stalkers, but you seem to be in a better shape than I expected, considering like how much they appeared to get done. Like they picked up a bunch of SUVs and like a couple tanks and like your army.
Nice for those were really
do you have any
force fields.
tips other than just keep macroing, or is it all just hey let's
make more stuff? Come on, I told you this earlier.
make more stuff beats less stuff?
Yeah, make more stuff. That sounds about right.
Yeah, ooh, this is getting spicy. The Colossus. Now, I've noticed. Okay, you have switched into Vikings, so yep, you're doing it's all the normal stuff. You just kind of gotta. You see Colossus, you gotta make Vikings. You see High Templar, you gotta make Ghosts.
Yeah, I think in this one I was really in a good position because I had so many tanks I can pressure the fort. I don't know what I messed up here. I think I ended up losing, right?
Yeah, I think I remember what's coming up. But you now, yeah, oh man, yeah, the disruptors. There's just so many tools that the Protoss has these days to use.
Yeah, that's true.
So did you say you were in a good position?
Yeah.
Here, or you think so?
Yeah, he's got the tank. He's clamping down on the fourth here.
I guess I should have sent some unit over on the bottom left side.
For the fifth.
Yeah.
And try to deny the fifth?
Like, if I went there right now, I would have been able to deny it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing there. Did you even? I don't think you even saw it. You don't know it's there, right?
I should have expected though. I guess. Yeah, killing four disruptors, it wasn't that bad. But ultimately, he can just move the probes away to that side, so it wasn't too big of a deal for him.
Now, looking back on that fight, would you rather be a Marine or a Marauder? Against Colossus and Stalkers and all that, which one would you rather be? Would you rather be able to shoot up or shoot the grenades? The important questions we're asking here, right?
Guess I would rather be Marauder. Marine just dies to everything. One shot.
Just died too quick.
You got plenty of armor.
Yeah, but the DT slices through Marauders pretty well. Did you expect the DT transition as well after seeing Disruptors and everything and Colossus? I definitely wouldn't have.
Protoss players normally do that, so.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But you should always be expecting, but it's something that you don't like. It just you just can't do it in action in the game, you know, because there's so many things going on.
It is a good follow-up to a lot of Protoss builds these days. Just get a nice blink follow or DT blink follow-up, snipe some bases. Ooh, yeah, get some tanks. And that's where it all fell apart. The tanks did good up until the end there, and I guess the DTs. All right, well, that was a GG. All right, so we got a couple more here. We're gonna load up. We got a few more questions as well. What questions have you gathered so far, Doc? Anything?
Yeah, about the replay specifically, or just like in general. Like for the replay, like I'm still like processing. Like you mentioned, you're a good spot right when you siege the. I want to say third or fourth. But then like right then, a whole bunch of zealots just like come back, and whenever I'm in that position, I'm like, oh man, my whole army is on the other side of the map. Like, and if I continue to fight here, I'll take down his third, but then I might like lose the economy by third, and he'll still be like up a base.
Hey Doc, you got to leave the replay.
Oh, do it. Sorry.
There we go. All right, we're getting this next one loaded up here. Sorry, continue your thought.
Okay. Well, my thought is, how do you deal with all the zealots?
That was a lot of zealots to deal with.
Yeah, that was way more than what normal people would send. But
So in that case, you can't, right?
So,
Not really. You just have to have
other
army
than the
at home.
zealots, you felt like you're in a good spot, or including the zealots, you still feel. Like...
I mean, I thought I was gonna be able to kill him, so I F2'd, but that was a problem because I have no army at home.
Gotcha.
So do not use F2 too many times.
No F2. You did have a nice position on the top of the ramp, though. The Marauders were kind of tanking the Zealots a little bit. So it was about as good as it could have gone with that many Zealots.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. All right, we got another game loading up. You are up against Robbie this time. So your last one, you were fighting your teammate. So that's always a different experience, too, right? Fighting somebody who you practice with. Do you practice with Astrea often?
Not really.
Not too often? Okay.
Yeah,
you guys.
He's been in Korea for a while, so.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. We're on Everdream now. How do you feel about this map?
This map used to be okay. Yeah, it's gone now, so that sucks. Yeah. This is way better than any of the new maps, I think.
Is there a build you always do on like this map or a certain map, or is it always different for you?
I mean, the Terran builds are always different, you know.
Okay. So it's not like, oh, I see Everdream, I'm gonna do my proxy 2 racks build or something.
It's not like that yet.
Okay.
In general, like, you have to mix things up and be a little unpredictable against Protoss. Because if they know exactly what proxy you're doing, it's easier for them to defend. That being said, is there one you favor? This is one that you see occasionally, and I like the bunker placement, where you just get the bunker on the Protoss' natural, and then you deny mining on the natural for quite some time.
I used to be one of the earlier ones to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a super awesome build. I love it.
Well, it's almost like doing like a cannon rush against a Zerg hatch to deny as it finishes. It'll see it and be like, oh crap, it's too late to cancel.
Yeah, it's not even like that. This is just...
Not even like that? Oh, okay.
There's no... How do you call it? No sacrifice to this, pretty much.
That's true, because you can salvage the bunker.
Yeah, you can almost always salvage the bunker. Yeah, even so, you already forced that 100 minerals from the short battery.
And it slows down. He can't now put probes down here. So yeah, that's a solid. That's a really smart thing. Oh, do you do this ever? You got to start doing this.
Yeah, I do. I did for a while,
okay.
But I got to start doing it again. We got. I think he got a pretty good spot from this because he didn't see it as it was building. What do you do if he sees it? You know, like in this spot.
Then you just cancel it.
You just cancel it.
Yeah, that's why I said there's no.
Gotcha.
No sacrifice. It's a very safe deal, I guess.
Feels like a very stage-oriented, you know, all right, here's first stage of the game. I'm going to try this. If it works, great. I can now continue doing whatever. If it doesn't work, okay, now I got to fall back and do this. And I mean, it's that way with any race, I guess, but
yeah,
it really feels that way for Terran. Because I personally have always felt like Terran has a lot of builds and a lot of different things they can do. Just with the bunkers and with all the proxies they can do. You know, they're not restricted by pylons. They can fly their buildings back home, which is really cool. So I don't know. I like how versatile Terran is.
And you bring up a good point about bringing up different builds in a series. When you're planning a series, is there stuff that goes in your head and it's like, oh, this first game I want to like proxy in order for him to think I'm doing X and Y in the next game? Like, is there any of that kind of mind games you try and plan and bring into the series?
I mean, this game, I saw some of his games that he's always been going Void Ray for the easy wins, so that's why I'm going for the armor deal, knowing that he's not going to make Oracle.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I wanted to fake with the medivac so that I can go in the natural, but he didn't get faked, so that's it.
Well, you get him sometimes.
Void Rays, yeah, that's all the rage these days too. How do you deal with Void Rays, MaSa? Just more Marines, Stim?
Yeah, I mean, this is very unorthodox field, so I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, it's that's a very good point. Like, the Protoss' build is pretty unusual. Like, most of the time, like, if they go Void Rays, they do it on your side of the map, and it's the most annoying thing ever. Like, this is like one of the first games I've seen where the Protoss doesn't proxy the void arrays. They're just like, oh, I'm just gonna build void arrays on my side of the map.
I don't know. Just with the update, I feel like they've been just a normal build in the base a lot more. Definitely not a ton still, but more than it used to be for sure. All right. Well, the mines got killed out there. That's unfortunate. Oh, does he have an observer there?
You got a good amount of damage so far
yeah,
this game. Looks like 9 kills in total.
Yeah.
Robbie throwing out the BM question mark.
I mean, he's notorious for it now.
Is he? I've never seen him play actually.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever BM? Or are you always nice?
I don't normally VM.
No, you're not that bad. I've seen your BM. It's not too bad.
You're definitely not on the list of players I think of who BM often or ever. So how are you feeling right now at this point in the game?
Oh, well, you just lost the Vikings, so how do you think, Doc?
Well, it's
No, like, in the beginning,
I
I might have lost in this game.
You got some nice Widowmine shots, but like still, like I'd be feeling like, am I actually gonna survive this? Like this is not good. It looks like you got the Observer, which probably might have saved you at this point. Like,
oh yeah, the Observer, the sniping the Observer was the key point here, because he has no thing. What's it called? No vision.
Detection?
Yeah, no detection.
Man, I cannot believe you managed to hold so well. It looks like on the other side of the map you got massive economic damage. Like, looks like it says 12 kills.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Widow mines, they're so good. I love it. Yeah, and I guess you don't have very many Marines, so it's like, oh, they could splash your Marines. Little, who cares? You lose 1 or 2, that's all you have. Okay, now the mines are the heroes here, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what's your favorite build to do? Do you have a favorite build? Is it just getting into mines? Is it why not Ghosts? I haven't seen you go Ghosts very much.
Ghosts are always good, but
yeah.
Whenever I play Ghosts, I feel like I'm not controlling them very well.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's certainly a micro element to them. And
besides that, Ghosts are really good. Just looked at.
Then why don't more people rush Ghosts? That's what.
No, rushing Ghosts doesn't make sense really, because Ghost itself doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And
Unless
then,
you can catch them by surprise, which almost you never will.
I mean, there's the one build TY occasionally does where you float a barracks, and I think it's TY, but you float a barracks and you cloak the ghost early.
Didn't Innovation just do a cool early ghost, just like one ghost for the EMP with Marauders or something?
that sounds good, but
it does sound good, but it doesn't
work against shield battery. Yeah, you can't EMP shield battery anymore.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
They can just use the overcharge.
Well, but that almost seems counterintuitive, because wouldn't the EMP beat the shield battery technically?
No, it
on
doesn't.
paper.
Because of the overcharge.
Oh yeah, the overcharge. Damn overcharge, ruining everything. Hey, this is a nice little drop though. Always got to get those drops. Always stay
Makes you like you're gonna beat the overcharge this time. Luckily enough, and that's a pretty good critical damage. It doesn't happen every time. Like, that's the most annoying thing about fighting Protoss is recall on batteries. Like, it feels like you can't do damage ever, but you're certainly managing to accomplish it.
I think Bio's really good at that. Do you like Bio more, or do you like Mech more in general?
In general, I think Mech. I like the gameplay of Mech, but Mech is way too weak right now to play against anything like TVP or TVC.
Yeah, Bio's good.
Like, I like the tank shells and stuff, like them firing. This game's pretty much over because he has no tech. He only has Zealots and Stalkers. I have upgrade, he does not. So
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, you just have to go through the motions and close out the game, right?
yeah, pretty much.
And
And I did a lot of damage in the choice economy.
For sure. I find myself in this situation quite often against Protoss, where I'm like, oh man, like I've killed like 24 workers before like 7 minutes or something. Like this game's won, right? But you actually have to go through the motions of like actually closing out the game and like winning, right? You can't just sit back, max out, wait for them to get high Templars, and then Colossus,
exactly.
you know? So what strategies do you go for to like actually end the game?
If I
Once
really
you find
want it
yourself
to
ahead
end,
like this, yeah.
I should be getting ghosts right now. If I had like 3 ghosts with the EMP upgrade, I would be able to roll it. But look at me, I'm taking the fort. I'm just dropping everywhere. I just want to play with him for a while.
Gotcha.
You like to play with your food. I get it.
So,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you're
for this one,
following
because he BM'd in the early.
Yeah, because he's BM too. Yeah, so that makes sense.
That's so funny.
Make him suffer a little.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for that. Like, you're subscribing to the idea of when ahead, get more ahead.
Yeah.
Are you worried about him teching up at all?
No. Like, I knew the game was over already.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
normally,
certain. Look at the supply.
Yeah, if he at least had Templar Archive, I would start making ghosts. But he didn't have anything, so.
Yeah, he's just now going up into the Robo Bay, so maybe disruptors, but it'll be too late by then. All right. So
Yeah,
what's your advice then to the doctor here to beat these pesky Protosses?
To close the game. At this point.
Be more aggressive, because your aggressive play seems to be very, very good against Protoss in general. You know, cut dropping, constantly attacking.
I think it's especially better against like GG Protosses because they always have like the game scenarios against like macro players, you know. And then if one thing goes off or whatever, like if I play differently, they don't know what to do afterwards.
Against the
we
GC
lost
players,
Scott. Oh, there it is.
if it doesn't go across, if things don't go according to plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So GC
Vita,
players have the
it's like
follow-up.
beating an offense with another good offense. You know, they're too busy attacking, so they left their defense open essentially.
For sure.
Yeah.
They
At
tried
this
to take
point,
a
you-
sucker punch and missed, and now they're wide open.
He's going for the question marks again.
Get out of here,
Oh
Robbie.
my goodness.
Get out of here, Robbie. All right, GG. All right, so some good games so far. So I don't know exactly which point in the tournament these were. I've got a lot of games to catch up on, obviously, since this is from fall. But we've got one more, Nina versus MaSa, coming up. So what's your favorite matchup right now while we get that loaded up? Oh yeah, I gotta leave. I keep forgetting. I'm not used to this. I have to actually do things. Did you leave the replay, Doc?
Yeah, I did.
Excellent. All right.
Right.
What was my
Rate,
question?
I would say my favorite matchup.
Yes, favorite matchup.
I feel like playing StarCraft is torture right now as a Terran player.
Yeah.
Like against Protoss, you just die. Against Zerg, you clear creep all day and then you die.
Have you ever played any other games at a top tier competitive level?
Not competitive.
Not
Oh,
competitive. All right. That's another question from one of our users, Old Man Toast. Want to know? So StarCraft 2 all the way for you, huh?
I was
Have you
able
ever
to
thought-
get GM in League, but that's not really competitive.
Well, we've got our last map, Eternal Empire, loaded up here. Now, is this? Do you remember which round this is? Is this towards the end of your run? I believe.
No, it should be the first one, I think.
Oh, is this one of the first ones? Oh, okay. Oh, round robin, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
I think the
familiar
round
with the
robin.
format. All right, well, so we've got Eternal Empire here. We haven't talked about this map yet.
How do you feel about Eternal Empire against
Yeah.
Protoss? It seems like every time I unban this map in the map pool, I go against Protosses nonstop on this map. And it definitely feels like Protoss has maybe a slight edge on this map. Would you agree with that? Or
Yeah, I would say so.
what features of this map makes you think they gives them that edge? Man, if I could
Easy.
speak properly.
Easy to defend everywhere, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Nice choke points, a lot of high grounds.
Yeah, they can defend up to like 5 bases are really easily secured. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's not a lot of airspace behind either, so you don't have to worry too much about oracles sneaking in too easily or
yeah, exactly.
things like that. So yeah, this is a good. I like this one for Terran. Pesky probe, what are you doing?
Yeah, so
just blocking my stuff.
Yeah, that's the most annoying thing ever.
Get out of here, probe.
Oh, it's up there. Not as bad as recaller shield.
Do you do people pylon block you still? Does that ever happen on ladder or anything?
Pylon block?
Yeah, the
On
pylon
what?
block, the command center. No.
Not really. No.
What about at the ramp? Trying to like stop a tech lab or something. Does that happen ever?
It happens in Diamond League a decent amount.
It happens if they go proxy gateway, so that you can't just wall off and build a bunker behind it.
Gotcha. So speaking of proxies, it looks like you got a proxy factory, and this time it's actually a lot closer to their side of the map than it is to your side of the map.
I'm looking to the damage with this one.
Gotcha.
So this was a plan coming into the game. You knew you were going to proxy.
How much damage do you have to do in order for you to make it feel like it's worth it?
About eight probes. I think that would be a very good number.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So 8 feels like it's worth it. 7 feels like probably not worth it then, or
The 7 is still worth it.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
Like 5, 4, or like horrible, you know.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
any
There's
less
always
than that
little
is the
leeway.
restaurants.
Yeah, if you get less than 4, like that's like terrible spot for you. Because I didn't catch it. You probably delayed your expansion for this, right?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh,
That's
you
the
didn't?
point. Yeah. Like, you do the like normal build so that they don't suspect anything.
Yeah, so
Looks like he's just
Reaper
macroing.
expand with factory on the other side of the map then?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you.
Like just a straight from Reaper into expansion into factory, on like proxy factory?
Yeah, but I didn't go Reaper for the
Oh, you
gas.
didn't? Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha. So, okay, that makes sense.
Because yeah, as far as Nina knows, you know, there's a factory in MaSa's main base right now. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, he knows now, but
now she knows. Yeah. Oracle making things a little pesky here, but no anti-air helps out.
Yeah.
So that's good.
what builds are you looking for against, like, if you fly in with the medevac and you're like, oh man, he has a starport, like, does that make you feel better or worse than if you had like a robo? Is there something that you're specifically hoping for when you fly in with the?
Yeah, of course. I'm when you're doing this build, you're hoping for Twilight or Robo build.
Gotcha.
Well, everybody's hoping for Twilight opener. That's like one of the weaker Protoss openers, right?
No, Twilight is really good.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 2 ways they could go, right? Like Dark Templar. Oh,
Nice
that's spicy.
mine, yeah.
Just like, it's really hard to read. Like Dark Templar, Charge, and Blink, right?
Well, there's some proof right there that you do micro mine. Everyone in Twitch chat's like, mines, you just put them there. And then, no, you can micro your mines. We have visual evidence of it now. And it got him a kill. Look at that.
And I love that play. Just baiting the Oracle with the medevac.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is micro to you? Like in a big fight or something? Is it more about position? Yeah, is it more about position and just the right units, or you know, how important is micro on a 1 to 10 scale?
In a big fight, I would say about 6.
Okay,
Yeah, positioning is way more important, I think.
for big fights especially, yeah.
Mhm.
So I feel like people have different opinions on that matter. You know, some really I personally really favor the micro. I think it's super important, but yeah. All right, well, good old TVP. Everyone's sitting back, relaxing. So what's your game plan? Are you just going to go into the big late game, get a big army, and try to win a big fight?
Yeah,
At
pretty
this point?
much. I'm just
Yeah.
macroing up right now.
Getting all those upgrades, yeah. Wow.
So it looks like you actually didn't get as many kills with the Hellions as you were hoping for. It looks like you might get some now.
I finally got them. It's a bit late, but because Nina had pretty good defense against it with the Stargate opener. But
Yeah,
this
but I
isn't
mean-
that bad for
Gotcha.
like useless units, you know.
For sure. No, that's better late than never, for sure. But are you still feeling like the proxy is worth it now that you got the damage, even though it's late?
No, it wasn't worth it.
Oh, it wasn't worth it. Got
You
it.
didn't get enough probes.
And the earlier the probes you get it, the better. Like you get those like that was 11 kills or something. Like you get those like 2 minutes ago, then like you might not even have a third at this point.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like Adepts really made Hellion openers harder, just because they do the extra damage against light, right?
Yeah, also they can scout a lot more
Yeah.
faster.
So they can kind of catch up with the Hellions almost, yeah. Poor Terran's always getting the short end of the updates there. Ooh, alright. This is a bullet. That's a bullet. So you're not looking to push up, you're just trying to contain him, right? And keep him busy.
Yeah, like
Yeah, because this is
my main
that's where
focus is in the
juice
main
yeah.
base. Yeah,
Yeah.
like just throwing some tension there.
Yeah, it's really important. Yeah, you really have to know how to split as Terran, don't you? Put multiple armies in different places.
Yeah, of course.
So you're focused on the main. You got a bunch of worker kills, and you focused on Twilight, right? I guess. Are you aiming to deny charge, or like, would you have taken like the Robo Bay instead? What's the thought process behind denying charge versus like denying more Colossus?
I guess like charge upgrade is a lot more important than one more Colossus, I think. And plus, I didn't even really know he had like what kind of upgrades. And if I can delay +2 whatever,
Oh,
or
gotcha.
as long as I could, that's always worth it.
Yeah, the Twilight will block off multiple paths of
Yeah,
upgrades.
I forget that's part of the
Wireless.
Protoss tech tree for getting +2. Yeah, that's massive.
Control, always scouting around. That's the other thing. Terrans, take note. Always scout.
Yeah.
Just send one Marine. That's all you got. One Marine gets you a lot of information, right? It
Yeah,
can.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be different if you're winning and losing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not always, but sometimes.
Sometimes.
So you're just trying to find the fourth. I guess get a feel of how far ahead you are economically this game. Because like right now, I'm trying to find the building tab. Yeah, now you're probably feeling really good because you got a fourth on the way and he doesn't have one yet.
Did you see his take note, Doc, his zealot defense at the third base there? Did you see the Great Wall of Supply Depots?
I did.
Pretty good. It was a good wall. That's
that's
another way to defend against zealots.
I'm looking
right?
at the units lost, and it looks like he hasn't lost too many. So I was too busy focusing on finding the fourth. You know, is it over there? Could it be there? Which is probably why I take so much damage to the zealots. You know.
Zealots. Yeah, you just got to make choke points. It's like the tower defense game with zealots.
I mean, yeah, it definitely could feel like that. And even though they're like $1 million to make 10 zealots, it still feels like they're infinitely cost effective. At least it can be. It seems like they just never have. They have non-stop zealots, and you go to their side of the map and they have like 4 Colossus.
All right, here's another question. If you had to fight hand-to-hand combat, would you rather have to fight against a zealot or a Zergling?
Zerglings.
Zergling? Okay. Yeah, that's probably what I'd choose. It's like fighting a lion or something, you know?
Yeah, zealots are way too tanky.
Yeah. They're smarter too, zealots are. They're clever.
Sure.
You know, and this is no, you know, no weapons, it's just hand-to-hand. Ooh, disruptors. Nice splits, yeah. Good concave. Yeah, you
Yeah,
really
but
got
here I thought I was gonna be able to smash him. But
yeah, it looked kind
It
of
looks like
it.
the overcharge is really like eating, like messing you up. Kept the
yeah, it was
Colossus
the
alive.
overcharge that really messed me up.
Because like it messes with your instincts of like, hey, are you gonna win the fight? And it's like, oh man, these Vikings could kill the Colossus, the Bios could kill everything else, but then the Vikings didn't kill the Colossus. So, and then the Colossus killed all your bio, and now you're in a spot where, at least to me, like I get in the spot all the time, and the Protoss just F2A moves across the map, and I died because all the units I had in my army just got evaporated, and I don't have anything to
I'm
defend
pretty
my-
sure she could have done that.
You think that could have happened right now?
Yeah.
Looks like it's starting.
If you were to go back and pause on that engagement where you had that nice concave, and right before all the action starts, I would say Terran win that fight.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so too.
Yeah, that looks
That's
so
why I
good.
did it,
yeah.
but
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
It felt like
deceive
it.
you like that. Yeah.
Yeah, overcharge is always
Overcharge.
broken.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it won't affect DPT. It's only PvP.
I think they should go back to the old shield battery still. You know, yeah, of course it's clunky and hard to use. That's the point. It's not supposed to be like a game-winning thing. It's just supposed to be a little, you know, a little boost, a little assist.
Yeah, definitely.
So you say that she could F2 a move and win the game. Do you still feel that way? Like, do you think there's enough here for Nina to come in? Win?
Yeah, but she's not microing at all. Like, it was actually just doing F2.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why a
Lean
lot of units were
forward and,
attacking
yeah.
planetary fortress.
Gotcha. So not microing gave you enough wiggle room to hold on at least.
Well, I think a lot of the disruptor shots looked like they didn't really connect with too much.
Yeah,
That was
that
nice.
too.
All right, well, it's all right. So it's not over yet. Oh, the Liberators are a nice touch, especially. Yeah, it's really going to zone out because he doesn't. He has anti-air, but it's so hard. The Stalkers have to commit so hard to blink into that.
So what's your plan from here on out? Like, what's your thought process? And like, okay, I'm behind. They could have to A move me, and I might die. Like, what's my plan back into the game?
Hold her up.
Just keep holding, and I'm getting liberators. So just leaving the liberator pretty much.
Gotcha.
Would it help at all to build like if you had built 3 bunkers or something here? Would that? Do you think that could have helped maybe, or is that just
It
they
could
would have
definitely
stopped
help,
it?
but like that's the one thing that you don't generally do, kind of, in the game.
Mhm.
Even though it could work. It's just like there's too many things going on in the game. There's no time to think about putting bunkers
Yeah.
at that
Well,
position.
I'm thinking against the disruptors. I haven't seen a lot of, bunkers trying to defend. It just seems like it would absorb a lot of the initial disruptor hits, and then you can unload and go chase down the army or something. I'm just theory crafting.
I mean, in theory it works, but
Yeah.
there's also bunker units don't stem by itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true.
You got to
That's
click
massive.
on the bunker and yeah, so.
And bio units without stem are just garbage.
Yeah.
And you got a really nice fight. Looks like Nina was looking away or something. You managed to pick off a lot of the tech units. Certainly doesn't hurt.
All about those liberators. Oh,
no.
get you when you unsiege. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is.
That was really holding their back was the liberators.
Mhm.
And now she can just kind of lob those balls of death and they move in.
Is there a thing you can do about them just keep picking out the liberators? Like, do you just need to keep your bio closer, or?
Yeah,
like-
closer. I think I just missed micro there.
Gotcha.
I wanted to fall back with that, but it never did.
Just a bad timing.
Mhm.
Oh man, some of these hits. It's brutal to watch, but it's still so cool to watch. Alright, well, you got a couple more liberators out, so that's good. But the blinking, there's the commit. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You have to just commit so hard, and there's going to be a lot of loss. Actually, wow, you actually hold that off really well. She didn't target down the other liberator. Interesting. All right, so just survive and just make more stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty
At
much.
this point, yeah, that's kind of all you can do. Then you got the upgrades coming. Do you remember to upgrade all the time, Doctor? Maybe that's your problem.
I try. It's hard to afford everything when the Protoss is what feels to always be a bigger economy than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, especially when you're losing commands. Oof.
Yeah, at this point, it always feels a little easier because the game's like chaotic enough. Like you kind of both max out, you both stabilize, and
Oh, go back. Did it hit? I missed it. No, I don't think it. No, it died.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. That was a close one. Good snipe down. Ooh, Yeah, this map is good for liberators, isn't it? All that open space.
Yeah.
For denying some mining and stuff. Yeah. Do you get liberator range often? How often do you live long enough to get that? Because I feel like I don't see liberator range too often.
Yeah, because it's too expensive to get.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
But in the late game, Protoss against Terran is necessary, I think.
Kind of necessary. Okay. What time would you say on average? 20 minutes, 25? Just kind of depends.
Just like whenever you can afford it. After, yeah.
Oh, ooh, good splits, good splits. Oh, man, there's so many disruptors here. Do you practice splits? Do you ever do like arcade games and keyboard, or do you just ladder for practice?
Sometimes, but yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
You just do it so good at it, you do it without thinking.
Well, yeah, you just play enough games, and that's where you get your practice. I don't ladder, so I get my practice in arcade games.
I mean, you know what they say though, right? Like practice makes permanent, practice makes perfect. So I play a lot of ladder games, and I have tons and tons of practice of having my whole army blown up by disruptors.
So you're great at getting your army blown up. That's good.
I've practiced it a lot. So, that was a good question. Like, how do you practice not getting blown up?
Yeah.
Do you play arcade ever? What's your favorite arcade game?
Mafia.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
oh, Mafia? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now that we have Among Us, I don't play Mafia, but I used to play it a lot back then.
Yeah, there's some good games out there, especially now. There's they created a new campaign section, and people are creating custom campaigns, which is really cool. So it's just a fun little story and play through some StarCraft. Yeah, it's cool.
Are there any custom maps you use for training?
For what, sorry?
For like training or like practice, like
practicing builds or something.
It's all just ladder.
Yeah, mostly.
Makes sense. That's where you're going to use it, is against people. Oh, Nina gets into the natural now. So now are you trying to set up a big surround? Are you just trying to capture this army?
Yeah, right now I'm trying to do it, but like with that Protoss army just maneuvering around my liberator zone is really hard.
Yeah, she's really maneuvering well.
And not having planetaries really doesn't help me out.
I noticed that. You got to plan a natural... Not natural. So at your fourth, you build another command center. You morphed it into an orbital and flew it over, right? In general, the rule I've gone by is everything after your third is a planetary, right?
Yeah, in general, except the macro orbitals,
For sure.
Gotta have those mules and scans, yep.
But that fourth was orbital instead of a planetary, right? Like, did you feel like you needed it for the economy?
No, I think I flew it over from my main. That's
oh, you did? Okay.
Ooh,
yeah, but it really drew this game really hard, I think. If it wasn't the A move at the third, I'm pretty sure I could have won a lot more easily.
Maybe like a little base trade scenario or something.
Oh, the A move when you attack into the...
Yeah, battery overcharge.
Battery, yeah.
Yep. Ooh, yeah, that supply's starting to drop here.
But you're not out yet, I don't think. Like, you're definitely in a bad spot, but I think there's still a chance. Would you agree?
I would agree, but I have to go into her. Like, it's really hard to do with liberators, because when they have so much what's it called? Blink stalkers.
Gotcha. Yeah. Like,
and Storm now too, so it's really hard to find a spot to set them up.
Like you definitely have all the tools you need to win a fight, but you have to make them engage into sieged up liberators.
Oh, the Storm! Did that kill off the libs? Go back.
Oh yeah, I think that one disruptor in the main killed a lot of army.
Yeah. Okay. There's a few left. There. Yeah, I got one or two of the libs with the Storm. All right, so actually, yeah, you're coming in here. You're pulling Nina's army back now. Ooh, but yeah, at this point, every unit is so valuable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because yeah, you can't make anything at home now. This is your army. I love a base trade scenario. I've always enjoyed it. I think it's. Do you like base trades? Are they exciting or just annoying?
Yeah, I would say they're exciting actually.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, it's fun.
that Nexus, I think if I spotted with the one drop heading on the right, I could have won. Oh, yeah, you saw the disruptor too. That sucks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those disruptors, man, they can kill so much so quickly.
So the drop on the right, you think if you killed the Nexus that's building on the left side of the map, you could still win from here?
I could force it a tie.
Gotcha.
Could have forced it if I spotted it earlier and all the probes were there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I could have
that's a good
definitely
point.
forced a tie, I think.
Like, because you get all those probes and like they
Where
don't
are
have the
the-
tools
yeah,
they
okay,
need
there we
to
go.
build a starport and kill all your floating buildings.
It's almost kind of a little tell, I guess, that Nina's not worried about pushing up quickly. Maybe.
That disruptor got 10 kills
But,
too.
oh, yeah,
The
that too.
disruptors won the game, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And then the blink in. Yep, that'll pretty much do it there. All right. Well, those were definitely some fun games.
Mhm.
Exciting. So when's your next tournament run? You got one coming up, right?
I have qualifier in 2 days, so that's
In
Thursday.
2 days. Okay. So hopefully, well, yeah, I'm sure somebody will be streaming that. Everybody's streaming tonight, so I'm sure we'll see you on somebody's stream there.
Mhm.
Well, good stuff. All right. Well, we got a couple more questions for you here. Just some user submitted questions, and then we'll let you go about your evening. So we've talked about the maps a little bit and kind of what the good ones, what the bad ones are, that kind of thing. Let's kind of switch mindsets, I guess, a little bit. And since we've been doing TVP so much, let's ask a question about Terran versus Zerg. Are you first very versed? Do you like Terran versus Zerg, or
TVZ has
Yeah.
always been my favorite.
so it's been your fave? All right.
Yeah, like it's really hard right now, but it's still more fun, I would think,
Mhm.
than the other matchups.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, with that in mind, then, what's the best response to a one base Baneling bust in TVZ? So they're going one base Banelings. How do you first, I guess, how do you scout it? How do you recognize?
When you don't see hatchery, and then normally I think you can see the hatchery timing, or maybe some drones at the natural. But if you see a lot of links, you should always suspect it, I think.
Yeah, always scout for those lings, try to find them.
It's more than like 6 or 8 links or something, and you just start preparing. So once you know it's the Baneling bus, what do you think the best response is?
Just wall off in your main. That's it. Like that's yeah.
Just get like one layer of wall. Is that enough, or do you get like?
Yeah, one layer is enough.
Oh, really?
Like you can put some buildings up there and then one bunker at the back, so that bunkers never get splashed. Then it's easy win.
'Cause
Gotcha.
the Banelings all go off before they get to the bunker. So
Mm-hmm.
all right, cool. Well, it's that one's from Reddit. Oh, here's a good one. So is there any mechanic that you would change in StarCraft 2? Not like balance or things like Fog of War. Oh, wait, not racial balance, but things like, things like Fog of War or slow zones, or is there something you would add?
Something I would add.
Like, for example, I think it's in a custom game, there's a barricade where if you put your unit behind it, they take less damage from ranged attacks. So it's like a wall. So it's like half cover in D&D or something. I think that would be a cool mechanic in StarCraft 2. I was giving him an example.
Hmm.
I know it's hard. Yeah, you never thought about balancing the game, have you?
I mean, that's not really balanced.
Not
is
like
it?
this. Yeah, not balancing, but I guess
I
creating
mean,
the
I
game.
could give you another example. I know a thing that's not balanced that I changed, which is unit priority of ghosts and bio. Right, so I'd swap it so that way you don't have to like you select your bio and suddenly there's a ghost and you keep trying to stem and like nothing stems, you know?
Oh, so stim comes up instead of the ghost knife.
Yeah, and you have to tab to get to the ghost. That's why I would change at least, or
That's a good
make it
one,
so you
actually.
could issue stem to ghosts as well. Like you have ghosts in your army and stem still goes to their bio, something like that.
there is actually a way to do it. And again, going back to the arcade, I love the arcade. There's some custom games where it does put all of the abilities. So if you say you have a Ghost and a Marine selected, it will just show all of their abilities next to each other in the little window on the bottom. So if you hit Stim, the Marines will Stim. If you hit Cloak, the Ghost will Cloak. So it's possible.
That sounds very nice.
Yeah. So just instead of having to tab through, you just have all of them ready to go and visible. That is a good one, Doc. I like that. All right.
So I don't know if you have anything like that.
You can steal. You can say that. You want to add that. You can steal his. That's a good one. All right. What else we got? So nothing. You can't think of anything.
I kind of like the turret like back then in like that airspace.
Okay.
Kind of, but
the turret.
Yeah. If I can think of something.
The neutral turrets, remember?
Yeah, the neutral turrets.
They were in like one map of one season or something. It was the neutral turrets that who was it? Somebody Demuzzle, was it Demuzzle or somebody, or just went and flew like their entire medevac army into the neutral turrets and just lost everything.
Oh man.
Yeah. They were brutal. People did not like them.
So you bring him back? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, he wants to bring him back. I liked him.
It sounds fun. Like I think those maps might have been before my time, but
no, that was 2 years ago.
Really? Okay, I must have missed it.
It was like a Sea of Athletic. Maybe it was yeah. It was relatively recently. Anyway, speaking of going back a little bit, if you could go back, MaSa, in time and replay any match, either win, lose, maybe it was just a really fun game. Which game would it be? Is there a game that has just stood out? You would play that game again?
I would say,
like if you ever played against like Boxer or somebody.
I remember the game against Showtime in semifinals.
In which tournament?
I think it was Dreamhack Tours.
Okay. You play in Dreamhack a lot, don't you?
I mean, every pro is playing every Dreamhack pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
Every
Yeah, it is one of
tournament
the
that's
big ones.
out there. But I got 3-0 there. But I think if I can go back, I would be able to prepare a lot better. Like back then, I had no idea who Showtime was. I don't know. I didn't know how good he was. Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those kind of stuff.
That's a good one. Yeah. Go back and get a little do-over. What about you, Doc? Could you ever go redo a game?
Redo a game. From the standpoint of, oh man, I wish I could have won this, or the standpoint of
win or lose.
Like in any game, I lost from a cheese that I know the response to holding, and it's a guaranteed response.
You get one.
Okay. Well, like that's a whole category. You look away, and suddenly there's Zerglings like on your depots. You can't raise them. You're like, dude, if I was just
want to redo all those, yeah.
So if I only get one, I'd probably do the game where like it's on SC2 highlights actually. The game where we both like float our bases and they land on the island map.
Oh my god.
Like we both proxy racks each other.
Go in.
Take our Reapers and kill all each other's workers. And the only place we could both mine is by lifting both our orbitals and landing on the same island base, and we like shared mining. Like, I don't know if I did go back and redo anything, but it was a glorious game. There's like a whole bunch of little things that I might have changed because like you don't really spend time thinking, oh man, so if we both fly to the island base, like how do we handle this like situation? Like this.
Yeah, that is a weird situation. Not very common. All right, that one's from Phil. Last and most important question from Old Man Toast. What is your jam at this very moment? What's your favorite song? What do you turn on in your shower and just sing at the top of your lungs?
I don't really do that, but I would say I forgot the name of the song actually.
Oh, no. How does it go? Give us the tune.
Oh, it's a Korean song. It's made by it's the name. I mean, the song is called 8.
It's called like the number 8.
Yeah, number 8.
Okay.
But it's
called
not
8.
really. It's not really 8. You know.
Gotcha.
I don't know how to explain, but
Well,
yeah,
if you find a link, send it to us because I love Korean music. So
okay,
Do you
I can
listen to
send it
music
to
while
you.
you're playing?
Yeah, just not during the tournament games, but I
Gotcha.
want to focus.
makes sense. Do you like I guess one more on the music. Music's a very important part of StarCraft, I think. Do you like calm music or do you like upbeat, loud music or metal or something?
I generally like calm music.
That's relaxing, get you in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good. So I like to listen to metal when I play. It gets me focused, yeah. Gets me pumped up.
Dude, there's no way. Like, are you able to focus? Well, that's all blasting in your ears. I could probably like get on the ground and start doing push-ups.
All right. Well, do you have any more questions for MaSa, Doc? Before
Um,
we let him go here, we've kept him long enough.
I think we've asked a bunch of good questions already.
Yeah. No, I asked all the ones there on the list from our users. So.
I don't have any more to add.
Well, with that, thank you very much, MaSa, and of course, good luck in a couple days in Dreamhack.
Thank you.
Hopefully, you do well. Hopefully, we'll be able to catch your games there. I'll definitely keep an eye out for you. And do you stream often or?
Not nowadays, especially during tournament days. I don't stream.
Yeah, you want to keep your build secret.
Yeah, that's what
Makes
I want to do.
Well, definitely. Do you want to give any shout outs? Maybe your clan, Alpha X. You guys have been doing really good and really good stuff recently. I'm very impressed with Alpha X these days.
Yeah, they've been doing really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap things up, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was, again, Ranked, our newest show here on ESChamp. Be sure to hit that bell icon so you can get notified when we go live here on YouTube. And make sure you check out all our new videos. Join the forum so you can stay up to date with what is going on here. We've got a new season of Probots coming up in just a month or two, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And thank you again, Doctor, for being here. We'll see you hopefully soon as well. The Doc, as it were. All right. Have a good night from ESChamp, everybody, and we'll see you next time.